Good afternoon. It is time for some Kerbal Space Program. I am Dan Bear Pig, and here we are, back in our career mode in a very nearly stock Kerbal Space Program 1.12. And we are taking a look here at our space station. This is Arcadia Station, and we've got a new fuel tank added onto the end of it. Let's see, let's get the UI back, and let's take down the starting soon, because we are starting now. There we go. Yep, we've got plenty of fuel here to add to a couple of flights for our rescue ship, which is going to definitely get some use today. Additionally, I've added some RCS propellant. That's up here, and there's a lot more here than there is in the service module. So this will serve us for several missions, I believe. And here is our forklift. So this stream was very nearly undermined completely by a whole slew of technical issues. So if you recall, last week we assembled the other three modules. We had half of these previously, and then we put the other three on the habitation module, these spokes of the wheel. And then I came back up to this to do some routine maintenance, station keeping, other missions between streams, and they were no longer attached. They were in their bundle, attached here, like when we started last week. So I had to do that over again, which is fine. And then I figured out why that had happened later when I tried to bring this fuel tank up. I went through the whole deal of bringing it to the station, docking it, landing the booster. It landed successfully, by the way. And then I came back to the station, and the fuel tank wasn't there. It was still waiting to dock. And then I looked up in the notifications. They're not there now, but apparently the flight management for reusable stages mod, FMRS, that I was using for recovering the booster was giving me some warnings, and it was user error on my part. Apparently, if I am not careful and I change scenes at the wrong time, it reverts some of the saves and doesn't properly merge them. And that's what I was doing. So I ended up reverting that entire part of last stream and having to do it again. But we're all set now. We're back where we were. And then I saved the game, exited, and then came back to do a little bit more. And all of the contracts were gone. It claimed that I had no active contracts and that I had never completed a contract. So I am still mystified about. It's something that's happened to me a couple times in the past on other saves, and I've had to fix, and I don't know what causes it. And I'm not the only one. It's I believe, just a bug in the game. Fortunately, I am meticulous about my backups, and I was able to do some very careful editing, and we have we have our contracts back. Here they are. So, that was fun. And then the final thing, when I started the stream, launched OBS, and it would not authenticate with Twitch. So I fortunately was able to get it to authenticate by by relaunching OBS. But that was the final thing that almost made the stream not happen, and that would have been simply being unable to stream. It would not have been possible. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. While we wait for people to trickle in, I'm really hoping that my friend Nia shows up today, because and also my friend Shipwreck, because during a Minecraft stream, Shipwreck did a channel point redeem of Rescue My Kerbal, and the one he decided to rescue is Monchi, which is Nia's real-life pet bearded dragon. So we have we have a bearded dragon in space, and I did some editing of the save file afterwards. This isn't what caused the issue, but we have, if we look here in the contracts, rescue Monchi from orbit of Kerman. So we're going to do that. Probably going to do that today. I'm hoping that we have the relevant parties here in chat to witness it, but it's possible we won't, which is fine. Also, I've got some extra escape pods, so we're ready for a crew of 4 at this point. And this thing has a crew capacity, if we don't count the cupola, but just these can each hold 4 Kerbals. So 4 times 6, that is 24. This can hold 24 Kerbals, and we have a return capacity currently for up to 6. So I also have a plan to address that. I've got a little node that we can attach here to these docking ports that itself has other docking ports, and we can connect 4 each, maybe even 5 if we want to each of these, and that would give us a return capacity for all of the Kerbals that this station can hold. And I'm considering these to be crew quarters and this not to be, so even though this can carry 1 Kerbal, so technically we can fit 25 Kerbals on here, the maximum capacity that this is rated for, I've decided, is 24. And they can take turns viewing from the cupola. And let's see, who do we have aboard now? It's not giving me any of the... I hope we don't have another issue. It's telling me nobody's aboard. That can't be right. That cannot be right. Oh no. Did it delete Ripley? It might have deleted Ripley. Guys, this is more technical difficulties. Let's look at our roster. This is problematical. Let's go back to the space station, space center. I might have to do some more hacking together from the latest backup of the save files. Oh my goodness, this game sometimes. This is the kind of stuff that you accept when you play Kerbal Space Program. All right, these are fine. The astronaut complex. Lost? What? No, they weren't. Okay, we have Kit, thank goodness. Elric says it's not a stream if there isn't some kind of a problem. That's true. Raider, hey, welcome. Welcome Elric and welcome Raider. Thank you for joining. We're working with some serious technical difficulties here. I don't know if you heard the whole bit, either of you, but yeah, we've got some issues here. Some of the save got reverted from last week, and so a lot of the time that I wanted to do prepping this stream was done catching back up, which we did. And now I'm looking, so we still have Raider. You're still here, Raider, thank goodness. Shipwreck is here. Kit is here. You've been here from the start. Excellent. But yeah, this is not accurate. Ella Long and Ripley are not killed in action. They this never happened. And I'm not even just being silly here. That's they're supposed to be aboard the ship. But this is due to a bug for sure. These guys definitely definitely dead. But not these guys. So, let's see, can I open... Let's open the console here. And let's see if I can change this. Now, these are the active ones. I might have to edit the save file again. So, here's what we're gonna do then. Assigned. Yeah. So these are ones that are ready to be rescued. These two are, these 3 are lost in space. These 2 had gone to rescue Jebediah, who was the first one we lost in space. So yeah, they're not available to us. But okay, so we've got a scientist, we've got Raider. Raider, I think I'm gonna send you on the rescue mission. There's one more issue that we've got, and that is money. We cannot afford very many launches of our big heavy lift rocket. Um, so that's one of the reasons we're going to be doing some contracts today. We also, yeah, these I had to restore from a backup because they disappeared. So did all of our archived contracts. Thankfully, this was pretty easy to do. But yeah, let's do these rescues, and that will give us some additional funds, some spaceos, and then let's do some more of these. We accepted at the end of last stream a recovery part contract, and part of the save getting reverted a little bit, it removed that contract. So we're going to look at new contracts as well. So, but we need to send some more Kerbals up, and then we need to, I'm going to do it after the stream. I'm going to, unless we have a crash or something like that, knock on wood here, I'm going to edit the save file and fix Ripley and Elelong later, because they are not dead. They were there in the ship last time I closed the game. Alright. Been a little while since I've sent more people up, so let's see what we've got. Oh, yes, the derp module. That's the node that I was talking about adding to the ship, or the station, that lets me let's look at it real quick while we're here. Let's look at it. So these are the docking port nodes. Let's take this away. One of these each for each of the spokes of the wheel, and this will allow docking 4 escape pods. And I've given those a name, and it is DERP. That is an acronym for Deployable Emergency Reentry Pod, or Return Pod. And I have it here in the subassemblies. Yep, the DERP module, Deployable Emergency Return Pod. So if there's a DERP, that's what you use to get home safely. Alright, let's keep looking. The Jeb Getter, let's look at this too, and this is why we need some money. I did a lot of testing. Can we rescue Jeb? And the quickest I can rescue Jeb is 305 days, a year and 305 days, so almost 2 years. And it's using this, which is completely expendable, absolutely absurdly ridiculous, has 14 kilometers per second of delta V, and costs our entire budget. If I launch this, we have no money left. We can barely launch anything after that, so we're not going to launch this. Jeb is going to have to wait longer, unfortunately, possibly until we have both more money and more technology at our disposal. So that was a test, and nope. Okay. And yeah, let's take a look. We've been recovering Kerbals from orbit and bringing them to our station. This is an old ship. Let's take a look at it. And possibly, yeah, this is old. Let's design a new ship on the fly that will take 3 Kerbals to the station. So new. Let's go to our command pods, and let's do the Mark 1-3 command pod. And let's choose our crew. We don't need Eric, we don't need Lindsay, we don't need Natalia. Let's send Raider, let's send Shipwreck, and let's send Kit. So these are our 3 viewers who have redeemed Name My Kerbal, or Rescue My Kerbal. plus Satan, who named one Ripley, and somehow Ripley is playing dead. Alright, so this, we're going to make it a returnable one as well. Which means we need a heat shield. I believe this is the size. Nope. 2.5 meters. There we go. And let's see. Let's look at our parachutes. And we want some radial chutes because we need to put a docking port on the top there. We're going to do it like that. And let's put one more over here. It'll set it slightly off balance, but not enough that we can't handle it. Alright, so now coupling, we need the Clampotron docking port. We'll put it right here on the top. And I'm not sure if these are actually functional RCS ports or not. I've never really used them. But let's do coupling. We need the 2.5 meter decoupler right here. And then we're going to do a fuel tank. Something bigger than that. This one right there. And an engine. So let's go with the most efficient engine we have, which is the Poodle. Actually, this one is more efficient, the Cheetah. Okay, and let's make this a bigger fuel tank. There we go, and now that has a lot of delta V, so now we can put a smaller rocket on the bottom. So let's see, coupling again. Let's do the 2.5 meter. Is that the right one? Yeah, the decoupler. And let's also put some RCS fuel on this thing. And that will be plenty. We definitely want some solar panels. We don't want to run out of electricity halfway to the station. And some batteries. Let's put them down here. Just like that. And then again, I'm not sure if these are actually functional or not, so let's put some of these really lightweight. Now we can put some heavier ones. This thing has more than enough delta V. Let's put these right here. And right here. Give them 5 nozzles. There we go. Alright, so that is our personnel carrier. Rustic Dragon, hello, welcome to the stream. So Rustic Dragon is a friend of mine. He and Alex FPS and Weestside Boss and Alpen Glow Up all play on the Autocraft Minecraft server. So yeah, welcome. We're playing not Minecraft today, we're playing some Kerbal Space Program. And let's add the Arcus medium launch vehicle right down here. And that is a whole lot more fairing than we need. So let's go ahead and shrink that fairing just a little bit. Let's see, how tight will it let me put this? How close? No, it's telling me that there's that it's clipping. I think it's clipping right there, actually. Yeah. Okay. So that will not work. There we go. That had enough clearance. There we go, and that'll encapsulate that. And yeah, if we were to launch the that massive rescue vehicle to go and save Jebediah, we would have barely enough money left just to launch this. That's it. So that's why Jeb has to wait. Alright, let's check our staging. Alright, so we've got the launch clamps and these 5 engines. Excellent. And we have our separation motors and our decouplers. Good, decouple. And that engine will start. Alright, we want these to be in separate stages. We don't want to release the payload before we jettison the fairing. And this has a lot more Delta V than we actually need. Anyway, says Rustic Dragon, just quickly popped in to say hi, gonna head off, have a good one. Yeah, thank you for dropping by, have an excellent day. Alright, let's save this. Let's just name it something real boring. Oh, come on. Crew Transporter. Okay, and yeah, those are in the final stage. Fantastic. Alright, let's double check our crew. We've got Raider flying, and Shipwreck is our engineer, and Kit is our scientist, our local meteorologist. Alright, let's go ahead and launch this thing. Meanwhile, I'm going to take a sip of my drink. I'm double fisting it. I got a coffee and a beer today, so... Alright. And we don't need the flight manager for recoverable stages because we're not recovering any of this. This is a fully expendable vehicle. So we don't need that open. We can hide that. Let's open the flight recorder. We want altitude, acceleration, and aerodynamic pressure. And we want to choose somewhere cool to watch the flight from. So stationary camera. And let's watch. Shall we watch from over there? Will it let me? Let's set the target real quick. And set position. Can I set a position that far away? No, that's too far. We'll watch from over here on the shore. Clear position. Let's go up the hill. Yeah, we can't see it from there. So let's clear position. Let's watch it from right there. There we go. Now we can see it. And we will auto zoom. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to throttle up. Stability assist is on. And all right, let's have our countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and launch. And our vehicle is pitching downrange. Let's choose Arcadia Station as our target. And our vehicle is supersonic. That always gets me when the sound cuts out. I've made the mistake before of thinking that meant the solid boosters had stopped and separating them to much disaster. SRB burnout and separation. And we're well past max Q. Missed that call out. Now we have main engine cutoff and booster separation and second engine start. All right, let's go ahead and deploy the fairing. There we go. And we need to pitch over a whole lot more. All right, we can close our flight recorder. And we're aiming for an orbit at 150 kilometers, which is where our station is. I'll finish my coffee first before it gets cold. Alright, I don't want to pitch over too much because we've got relatively low thrust on this thing. So let's go back to pointing prograde. And the good news is if this goes wrong, we do have parachutes. So we should be able to save our crew. And we're very slowly getting to our apoapsis, so I think our ballistic arc is going to be pretty good. Rilo, welcome! Rilo saying, good afternoon, Dan. Yeah, we we went over all the technical difficulties that I dealt with before being able to start this stream. Kit, first! Hey, hey Kit. Look down here in the corner. There you are. You are indeed first. You are the first scientist flying on this ship. Alright, we're at 30 degrees. Let's change it to stability assist and maintain that. Oh, maybe not, says a kid. Nah, you're first. Raider says, I'm in this flight too. That's right. You are flying. You are the pilot. All right, we're gonna go ahead and let our apoapsis go higher than the 150, because otherwise we won't make orbit. And let's take a look. Where is Arcadia Station? Soon it'll be time to actually deorbit that. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. Okay, it's way back there. But we have a lot of delta V, so we're gonna go ahead and let this go really high and come back around to meet it. So here are our intersects. Let's just pin those. But yeah, we needed a new crew up here. I'm hoping that Nia shows up. She is going to, we're going to rescue her pet dragon. Twiglet! Shoot, I'm having a brain fart. Where do I know you from? Because I know your name and you're associated with someone that I know. Just lurking, we'll say hi later. Yeah, because you're, whose stream is it? I can't remember. Too flustered. And Rilo says, what is delta V? Difference in altitude? It is change in velocity. So, oh, from the Discord Nerdat created. Okay, yes. I'm pretty sure I know you from elsewhere too, but yes, definitely there. So yeah, Rilo, delta V is the change in velocity. So if I have a total of 3.6 kilometers per second of delta V, that means that with this engine and this fuel, I can change the velocity of this craft by 3.6 kilometers per second. Now I have to fight things like gravity. So where we see gravity losses here, that's how much I would be going that much faster than I am now if I hadn't had to fight gravity. Same with drag. So, in fact, drag should be way higher than that. But, oh, let's take a look. Let's pay attention to what we're doing here. Yeah, so we want to keep... Let's point right at the horizon now. Because we need to get this over to here. Is probably what we're going to have happen. Or it's more likely we're going to get this one over to here, this second intersect. And then we'll need to burn again to match orbits with the station. But yeah, thanks for dropping by, Twiglet. I'm hoping to revive that that Discord, that creator Discord with Nerdak. because there's a lot of potential there. All right, here we go, and let's pin that, and let's reduce our thrust for some more precise adjustment. So basically what we're doing is we're making our orbit bigger so that it will take us longer to get around so that the station has time to catch up. Because we will intersect there no matter what, but the longer it takes us to get there, the closer to it the station will be. "14 kilometers. Okay, that's about as close as we're going to get with this burn. And we can do a correction right here at our periapsis. So let's go ahead and let's close this. I don't want that in the way. Let's time warp to our periapsis. And we're not going to worry too much about how long things are taking right now because we are trying to run the clock as well. We are only 23 days away from our probes reaching the sphere of influence of Moho. And so there's a very good chance we will see Moho in this stream. In fact, I'm going to make sure that happens. All right, so we're going to be there in 3 and 45 seconds. So let's add a maneuver here and see if we can fine-tune this at all. We burn radial in, we get closer. But only a little bit. And let's burn retrograde as well. That's helping a small amount, but not a lot. I think the main thing, we need to change our inclination just a bit. Yeah. That's getting us closer. Once that ascending node lines up with our station, we will cross its plane right there, and we'll be within 2.1 kilometers. And that's just a small burn. We've got plenty to play around with. And we're almost to that node, so let's point at it. All right, and that's a 9-second burn at full thrust. We're gonna do a little bit less than full thrust, so let's go ahead and start now. It's hard to be precise at full thrust. Fortunately, these engines can throttle a whole lot deeper than realistic rocket engines can, the real-life ones. All right, just a little tweak here at the end. See how close we can get to a perfect burn. That's pretty good. All right, and our approach, yeah, 2.1 kilometers, and we will be there in 2 minutes. That's why it's KSP. Well, Kit, I'm thinking after this career, which I'm not saying that it's near finished, but always looking forward at the next thing. I might try my hand again at the Realism Overhaul mod pack, which that'll be an interesting one. And that one does have that simulated. Different engines can only throttle down so much, and only be reignited so many times and have a chance at failure. We're going to see a lot of rocket explosions when we get there. I'll have to take launch escape systems seriously for once. All right, let's tighten up our approach and slow down a bit. Tried to install RSS before, it never really got it running. With that many mods, it's a miracle it works at all. I had it running on my old 2011 MacBook Pro. I had to take off the visual mods, but it actually ran surprisingly well on that thing. And putting on the visual mods, I was able to get it to go at about, at tops, about 4 frames per second. So it was a literal slideshow, but man, it was a beautiful slideshow. All right, we need to slow down. And we're going to use up this stage. There we go. All right, so that stage is spent. Let's go ahead and discard it. And let's start this engine. But I'm not throttling up yet. Just gonna nudge us out of the way there. My old laptop, it sounded like it had its own rocket engines. Xiang used too many struts. That was before the auto struts, wasn't it? All right. So we are getting close. Let's burn and slow down. And we're gonna get a decent lag spike once it loads in right here. 2.25 kilometers away, because we've got a lot of parts on that station now. There we go. Let's tighten up our approach as well while we slow down. All right, 20 meters per second is pretty good. Yeah, circa 2016, unsure which version of the game. Let's see, when did I start playing? It was version 0.23.5, I believe, was when I first played, and I don't remember when that was. 2014, 2015, maybe? Yeah, it was a different game. A different game back then. All right, we got 3/4 kilometer for our approach. $500 meters. 400 meters. 300 meters. That's pretty good. Now let's point retrograde from the station. There we go. And let's slow down more and tighten the approach even more. Let's get maybe 100 meters away at closest approach. There we go, 100.3. Look at that. Look at that precision. Professional. All right, there we go. And now let's slow to a stop. There we go. We are at a relative standstill. It says playing KSP taught me that I shouldn't I shouldn't buy Minecraft. Never played a sandbox game before and poured hundreds of hours into it when I should have been studying, but now I play Minecraft. Oh, what time sinks both of those games are, but they're so satisfying. KSP is the only game, I think, in my Steam library that does not overstate the number of hours I've played, because most games, a lot of the hours that Steam thinks I've played were really spent on the pause screen. But KSP, if you count the times I played instances that weren't part of Steam, because it's a DRM-free game, which includes most of my Realism Overhaul playing, and time spent managing mods, which I definitely count as playing the game, it's a whole lot more than that. Perfect Rendezvous, yes, perfect Rendezvous, and there's that. There's the Dan Bear Pig totem. Woo! Fantastic. All right, we've got our RCS thrusters on. Let's make our actual approach. I gotta say, I'm tooting my own horn again here, but I love the look of this station. Let's dock here. And I am on locked camera, right? Yep, cool. Let's aim the camera at our docking port. And there we go. And so we need to go up and over. And Raider says, have you seen the huge Tonga... I'm gonna so butcher this. I don't speak Tongan. Tonga Hapai volcano's eruption shockwave video from space. Yes, and Kit is a meteorologist, and half of the stuff that I saw was stuff he'd retweeted that is just super spectacular. I saw that one of the pressure stations in Oklahoma. That was wild. But yeah, those from the modern weather satellites, I think those ones are put up by SpaceX. Geez, what a view. Such a cool view. So one of my bucket list items in real life is to visit an actively erupting volcano, probably in Iceland or Hawaii. I'd prefer Iceland. And cook a pork chop on lava, just like in Minecraft, but real life. Still rippling in the atmosphere, yeah. Yeah. And the ocean. I don't know with the recent eruption in Iceland that they had the live cams on for a long time. There were people roasting hot dogs, roasting their famous Icelandic hot dogs on an Icelandic volcano. And I gotta say, I am jealous. Okay, so GOES 17 was launched on an Atlas V by ULA. Okay, yeah, so ULA has launched several of those, and so has SpaceX, and I never remember which ones. Although I do remember GOES R, because, you know, Gozer from Ghostbusters. I believe that one was SpaceX. All right. This is really fun to dock to, especially now that it's come together. Every time I've come into dock, while preparing for this stream, I've just been so happy with how this has come together. All right. Let's slow down a bit and line up. Booped it. Booped it. We're so close. Come on, there we go. And we are docked. All right, that's a successful mission there. Raider, Shipwreck, and Kit, you are all aboard Arcadia Station. That was ULA 2. Okay, well, it was the same one. Okay. Man, I am not remembering my payloads. To be fair, mostly I'm watching the landing when I watch SpaceX these days. But yeah, ULA, the Atlas V is fun too. All right, yeah, let's just admire the station. All right, guys, let's move you around. We're only going to send Raider on the rescue missions. So let's go ahead and transfer some crew. Let's put Kit right here in the cupola. That's fair, there's a ton. Yeah, there are. Yeah, I'm glad that there are a lot of options. Even with the insane launch cadence that SpaceX has put up, there's still so many more satellites waiting for flights. All right, and let's see, transfer crew, and let's take Shipwreck, and he's confined to quarters. There we go. And let's just see Kit's view here. Look at that. In fact, let's orient the station. It moves very slowly without the RCS, and there's no need to spend the RCS when we've got our reaction wheels right now. There we go. Nia, you are here just in time. I was really hoping you'd show up because we are about to mount a rescue mission for a space dragon. Much prefer that view to my desk. All right, let's in fact get a screenshot. There we go. Nia! Yes. Whoop, let's go back outside. There we go. Very cool. I don't see a Monchi floating in space there. Hoax! Well, hold on. Hold on. Let's see. Right there. Right there. There is Monchi. Let's go rescue Monchi. Monchi is an engineer. I felt that was appropriate. Alright, so we need to move Kit now. Or, sorry, Raider. Raider is our pilot, and so we definitely want Raider flying the rescue vehicle. Who's that green man? You know these green men. There's Kit, there's Shipwreck, and there's Raider, who you probably do not know, but he is here. In fact, let's see. Let's I need to get something ready real quick here. That's me, says Raider. There's one very easy thing that I wanted to do that I did not manage because of my frantically trying to fix the issues with the stream. So let's I need to save an image. I'm gonna save it to my desktop. And this will be for very soon. Alright, so now that Raider is aboard, Nia says, I'm so lost and I love it. Don't worry, this will be fine. Kit, do you need rescuing again? Oh, is he in trouble on the first SMP? Let's undock. And let's just push away a little bit. There we go. And now we need to set our target. And we want Monchi's wreckage. Oh, no, I'm safe at work. Nice. Yeah, he's at work in his fancy new office right here. Alright, let's get a little bit of distance so that we're clear for this, and let's close the docking port cover. On second thought, I'd much appreciate being saved from work. Yes. Yes, indeed. Alright, so now we need to plan our maneuver. So we're here. Monchi is here. So if we're going to need to lower our orbit. That's an altitude of 80 kilometers. Let's pin the periapsis there, see how low we're going to dip. Right there. Okay, so now we need to decide when to burn. Okay, and we might have to go another orbit. Hey, yes, thank you, Nia. doing the Twitter command there. Okay. All right, so here is the intersect. All right, and that will be pretty close. Right there is where they will line up. About 9 kilometers apart. Okay, perfect. Where's the Danbury Pig Discord server? I don't have a personal one yet. So, but let's see. I need to make a command for the first craft one, because that's the one that I think we should be, that I'm promoting right now. So let's make a link here real quick. Generate link. Copy. Okay, yep. All right, here we go. Yet. Well, I have I have one for my family server, but that's not very useful for public yet, and we don't really even use it. And then I'm most active here in the first craft one. That's the first craft. Let's see. Join our first craft Discord. And it's a Minecraft Discord, but that's where I'm most active right now. And then I have another one that is for my music groups. So not ready for public yet. Okay, so our node for our maneuver comes up in 3 hours. Let's time warp there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Halfway there. 1 hour. Is it a static link? It should be. I set it to not expire. 30 minutes away, 20, 15. Do not want to overshoot this. Okay, 4 minutes away. All right, so let's point towards the burn, the maneuver. Yep, and there's the station there. We have drifted 800 meters away in the course of about 6 orbits. You're stealing it. No worries. It should work. I believe it should work. All right, so that on the nav ball there, if we're pointed towards that blue marker, that is where we need to burn in order to make this adjustment to our orbit to intercept Monchi's wreckage. Raider joined. Welcome, Raider. It's a fun place. There are shenanigans. There are definitely shenanigans. And occasionally, replay mod workshops as well. Okay. We have 3.5 minutes before we make that maneuver, so let's warp just a little bit farther. And that's a 2-second burn at full thrust. We're not going to do it at full thrust. Definitely not. We rarely do these at full thrust, especially when they need precision. Did I hear replay mod? Yes, you did. All right. 1 minute. Raider is a moderator on the replay mod Discord. That is where I met him. All right, let's go ahead and the creator of Bob, which is a companion to the replay mod. Alright, just gently burning. Still have to work on it. I still have to try it out. So I haven't yet needed to change the time of day or the weather or anything like that, so I still haven't gotten to trying it out yet. And there we go. Let's dismiss that. All right, we will be 9.3 kilometers away at our closest approach, which is right over here. So we'll get closer. Let's get here to the ascending node and then do an adjustment burn. Yeah, that'll be about 2 minutes away. That'll be fine. No, let's not warp to next maneuver. There we go. Get rid of that. There we go. Warp here. New Bob can now read data depending on the packet structure file, but no writing yet. Well, that's going to be cool, though. All right, let's make retrograde to the target, and let's adjust. Let's go ahead and turn on our RCS thrusters so that we can turn faster. We can turn without them, but it is slow, and right now we need to be nimble. But right there, we're 20 kilometers away from Monchi, from our Space Dragon rescue. And we're going to tighten that approach. And slow down. Let's go ahead and look here. Can't wait to be able to finally read data from the recording and writing the recording. This will have to work on the scripting side. Very cool. I think my ideal, I don't know if this would be something Bob would ever be able to do or not, but is to introduce a new player to a replay and just walk around as if you're just playing the game in the replay as it plays around you. That would be fun, and there's a lot of possibilities there, especially for cinematics or storytelling. Okay, we need to get a little bit closer so that we can properly... Oh, we snapped to the planet there. Oh well. Keep forgetting that that is a thing. It'll be possible. It would require a third engine. So possibly way in the future. All right. Now another burn. We need to... That's telling me that I'm making the approach worse, but I don't quite believe it. I'd like a way to cut out a portion of a replay file I know I won't use. It says, Kit. Bob is a really complex tool to use and code, but incredibly powerful. Alright, let's just do that. And let's point towards the target. Satan says, howdy, Dan. Okay, nobody tells Satan that there's a bug that happened that that may have deleted Ripley Kerman, but I'm gonna fix it, so nobody tells Satan. That was his Kerbal. Hey, Satan, says Nia. Okay, we need to do this. Find out why this is being so troublesome. We're controlling from here, right? There we go. Now it's going down. Okay. There we go. Everyone's saying hello to Satan. Is making multiple exports the only alternative? There's always the start and stop recording. I don't really recommend doing that. Pretty much anytime I've tried to do that and it hasn't caused an issue with the replay file itself, I end up missing something that I ended up wanting after all. But if I'm at the end of something that I know I'm not going to want to do a replay of, and I'm about to do something that I do want a replay of, usually at that point I just log out and back in and delete the old file and start the new file. Okay, let's get rid of that. Yeah, it does save the raw file. Okay, and now we have an approach that is less than 2 kilometers. Good, I wasn't going crazy, it was just telling me erroneous info up here, which sometimes it does. There we go, and now we're going to get within 500 meters. Alright, Monchi, your rescue is imminent. Alright, now we don't need to be using our RCS thrusters to maneuver this, because we are doing just fine. Alright, let's close in. And the sun is coming up. Yay, 2001 Odyssey music. Boom, 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 Monchi. Boom, 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 boom. Raider says, almost everything can be done with Bob scripts. You just have to know how to make one or find one if it already exists. That will be exciting. Maybe I'll finally learn how to use various scripting tools. There's so many things on my list, on my to-do list. Alright, and this will bring us 125 meters in. Are you doing the air drum? No, my hands were on the keyboard, but now they are. Boom, 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 boom. I did the air drum thing. No camera for it, so you're gonna have to take my word for it, but I did it. Alright. Now we need to slow to a stop. There we go. We are at a relative stop. It's got to be done, says Nia. Exactly. All right. So now I'm going to pause this for just a moment. We're going to look at it like this. And I'm going to do something real quick here. This has to be done. This also has to be done. Let's see. I'm over here in OBS. And trust me, this is worth it. Gotta browse for an image here. I bet Nia knows what's about to happen here. Okay, and let's bring this back so I know how to size this. Okay, perfect. All right, here we go. Let's switch over to Monchi. There it is, Monchi Kerman. Space Dragon. All right. And here we go. Let's rename this vessel. There's an ant walking on my monitor. I thought it was a space ant. All right, this is reclassified as debris. And now we need an EVA. All right, and let go. And let's turn on the jetpack and the lights. Woo! There's even a little bit of a beard there. That's hilarious. There's a little stubbly beard. Oh my goodness. That is too funny. Okay. Right here. And look at the target. Right over there. Okay, there we go. Are they Zim invaders? Nah, they're Kerbals. All right, headed to the hatch to board the rescue ship. Slow down here a little bit. Monchi is eager to come home. So close he can taste it. And right here we can board. Yep, there we go. Right there. Welcome aboard. Monchi Kerman. Okay, that's amazing. And now I can complete shipwrecks redeem from last week. There we go. I'll have to highlight that and show shipwreck later. All right, so who is next? Let's take a look. 5K carbon credits. Nice. I need to work on some more redeems. I had so many things I was going to work on, and then I had to do several hours of catching up and troubleshooting the whole save file and everything, all the frustrating technical difficulties. But yeah, let's take a look here. Contract parameter complete. Rescue Monchi from orbit of Kerbal. And Monchi Kerman is now part of the space program crew. Monchi ate zucchini, worms, and banana today. What astronaut food do they have? Well, banana, yes. Zucchini, yes. And we can send worms. Let's see the view here. In fact, if we look around... Oh, is there not a snack compartment in here? All the compartments say snack. That's surprising. Let's see Raider's view. This is Raider's cockpit here. No, there's not a snack compartment in here. The Kerbals are all about their snacks. There's usually like a dozen snack compartments. That is a surprise to me. All right, but now we need to rescue someone else, because this is how we're getting money and not having to spend money on rescuing more Kerbals. All right, ships. So Lisman we rescued forever ago, and in fact I think he died. Irvin, Genadon, and Meldorf. Look at those. Those are right next to each other. And we are here. So those need to catch up with us. Let's make Meldorf our target. Let's focus our ship again. All right, so now we need to, what we need to do is point prograde. And we need to raise our apoapsis again and let Meldorf catch up to us. So here we are headed towards prograde. And prograde is the direction in which we are flying. And so if we increase our velocity that way, we raise the orbit. Okay, so let's see. This is... Let's zoom in so that I can pin only that. Okay, that's the intersect. All right, let's do this. Yes, and we ended up with 2, so we want to see, it's probably going to be the second one that ends up being the one we actually use. It usually is, but not always. All right, yep, it's going to be intersect 2 for sure, and here is where we're going to meet it, and then the longer we take to get there, the closer he'll be, or she. I'm not actually sure on this one. I haven't edited this one. I only edited Monchi for the channel point redeem. There we go. We will get within 600 meters. So, and that is in 39 minutes. So let's warp here, give us a little bit of time. There we go. And yeah, we're putting at least 10 days between launches so that we make sure to move the clock forward significantly each stream. And yeah, so we're 22 days away from reaching the sphere of influence of Moho. So one way or the other, we're gonna get to that sphere of influence change on this stream. I have decided. I have spoken. All right, let's fine-tune this. Actually, let's just point retrograde. We don't need to fine-tune that very much. We already have a really good approach. We just need to get there and then slow down so that we match orbits with the target. Then, of course, we still have to take them back to the station, and then they have to return on the DERP, on the Deployable Emergency Return Pod. While we wait, I might as well, I'm going to go ahead and shout out Nia. Most of the people here already follow Nia, but if you don't, check her out. I missed your stream today, Nia, but she is working on some fun stuff. I think you were working on a storage system, I'm guessing, by your stream title that you had. A sorting system and storage system. Alright, we are a minute away. Let's get back out of that view. Get out of the cockpit there. Yes, on the Witch Hut storage. Ah, nice. Alright, let's look at the target. Alright, yeah, we're up and above it. So, let's go ahead and get in real close, and then we'll burn to slow down. Couldn't figure it out, it's acting weird. Storage systems and sorting systems are frustrating. I've only done a couple of them, and then I didn't use them. Alright, let's slow down. Turn on the RCS. Let's get a little bit closer. I think the witches hex it. Yeah, you're being sabotaged. They're working against you. They're like, farm us? Are you serious? No, we do not get farmed. Speed this up just a little bit. All right, it is in view. Let's just get a little bit closer and then come to a full stop. There's a Jewel way back there. We've got some probes headed there too. Yeah, we're only 53 kilometers away from our next stop. That's nuts. Okay. That is good enough, a quarter kilometer. Let's come to a complete stop. All right. And switch to here, and this is not Monchi, so this is Meldorf, who is a pilot. Very cool. We do need more pilots. Dang it, I cannot reclassify this because it's not a command pod. So I'll have to do that later. All right, EVA. And let's let go. Turn on the jetpack and the suit lights. And there's the rescue ship right there. Love getting a view of the planets in the night sky like that. Yeah, that's the distant object enhancement mod. It is a must-have in my opinion. Yeah, there's one of our old stations, or our only old station that needs to be deorbited. There's Drez, Duna, Moho, and Eve. Let's see, what else have we got? Harder to see them over there. But yeah, I love it. It is definitely a must-have in my opinion. Okay, let's get home. The view from way up there is amazing too. Okay. Looks like we're coming in the top hatch here for the co-pilot seat. That is appropriate since Meldorf is a pilot. Let's get a screenshot. This is a good view. And we'll grab that and board. All right, that's the second rescue done. Now we need Genodon. So, Genodon needs to catch up to us too, so we need to do orbit. Let's do GG, says Nia. GG indeed. All right, so we're going to raise our orbit just a little bit, and yeah, we're gonna pass this, but if we pin that, and we can see the target marker very close to prograde here. Actually, it's ahead of us. And we are pretty low, so we can't really catch up. Yeah, I think this one's lower. So here's what happened. This one is lower, so it was behind us when we started for, actually, Irvin's Heap. Genodon Shipwreck. Okay, yeah, so Irvin's Heap is the one we actually want. Set as target. This one was way behind us and has caught up and passed us. So this is the one that we're going to go for, because this one will be actually easier to get to, since we, to catch up, we need to lower our orbit, and if we do that from here, we're likely to burn up in the atmosphere, but we can raise our orbit just fine. So, and we can see the separation at closest approach number dropping. $100 kilometers, 50 kilometers, 20, and let's lower our thrust for the precision here. Whoop. There we go. Let's use the RCS for even more precision. This is our very low power thrusters. And is that as close as we're going to get with this? Yeah, it looks like it is. Alright, let's face retrograde to the target. And that will take us 1 orbit to get there. So we will... Let's see, that's in 32 minutes. So right about here, let's warp to here. And I have one last gulp of coffee here. It's cold now, but it's still good. There we go. All right. We're almost 5 minutes away. Let's go back here, and there's Irvin right there. Oh, we need to, there we go. We need to represent Monchi properly. I made a Frappuccino. Very cool. I did, just regular old coffee. Alright, let's speed up the game and get in a little bit closer. And then we'll be able to adjust and correct our course. It's hot, so blend it with lots of ice. Foamy and refreshing. I tend to prefer my coffee hot, but there are good cold coffees as well. I do love, what I love is coffee-flavored ice cream. And that is telling me again that I'm causing an issue there. But I'm not sure if I believe it. So let's get in closer again. I think it's looking at the next intersect and not this one. It's like 90 degrees today, so... Oh yeah, because you're in the southern hemisphere. Summer for you. Okay. Yeah, let's just burn straight towards the target. Let's brute force this. We've got the Delta V to work with. And that fixed the issue here last time, so let's try it this time. Point those right at the audience there. Okay. 3 kilometers. 2. 1 kilometer. Okay. Now let's point retrograde again. And I'm hoping that you're talking Fahrenheit there, Nia, not Celsius for the 90 degrees, because that could be problematic. And it was nice knowing you if that's Celsius. Alright, and let's go to Stability Assist so that it doesn't snap us to relative to the planet as soon as I time warp. Looks like this one's going to happen at night. Melts. We'll have a barbecue in your honor. All right. And this should... Yep, there we go. That snapped it into place. 200-meter approach. That is perfect. And so now we want to point retrograde so that we're ready to slow to a stop again. This is pretty routine at this point. Alright, and then back to stability assist so that we can time warp without it snapping us relative to the planet. Still haven't investigated whether there's a way to adjust that or not. Alright, and let's get a little bit closer and slow down. 60 meters, that's close enough. That's plenty close. 90C sounds like a lot. Yeah, the sanity check there has to be hope it's Fahrenheit there. All right, there we go, and let's slow to a stop. There we go. Perfect. All right, and let's see who we've got. Okay, good. This one I can rename, and that lets me open this to reclassify it as debris so we can filter it out of our map view. And here's Irvin, who is another pilot. Very cool. All right, Irvin. 32 Celsius. Yeah, that's hot. That's very hot. Turn on the jetpack and the suit lights. And where is our rescue vehicle? Right there. Very close this time. We're getting a full crew here on this ship. Hopefully this will also get it to offer more of the rescue contracts. Otherwise, I will be happy to create them myself, editing the save file, with backups, of course, for the channel point redeems. And board. Oh, grab. And board. There we go. And there's another one. Let's take a look here. We've got Meldorf and Irvin. And yes, this is helping our budget considerably, especially once we get them actually on the surface of the planet. Alright, now there's Genodon. Set as target. Alright, let's point prograde, and let's do this one. And then let's go ahead and follow our Moho probes to Moho. And that will be a change of pace for sure. I said prograde, dang it. Alright, and let's pin this. And we still want this to happen in one orbit, but this means this time we're going to have to really raise our apoapsis. Excuse me. Alright, and then this is going to come all the way around. There we go. All right, 250 kilometers. Let's zoom in so we can see that better. I think there's a mod that'll let me increase the size of this without increasing all the other UI elements. I might look into that so it's easier for you guys to read. This is fine for me on my huge monitor, but... Alright, RCS on, and let's fine-tune this using that. Alright, 3 kilometers. That's pretty good. Okay, and that is in 58 minutes. So let's go about here. Woo! All the way around. Alright, and we're going to be going a relative velocity of 360 meters per second. So yeah, we're going to have a lot of slowing down to do. Hold on to your beard, says Nia. Yep. Alright, let's point retrograde. And come back into this view, and let's, okay. There they are right there. Alright, and let's get a little bit closer. I might have to sneeze here in a minute. I'll mute the mic if I need to sneeze. Alright, we are about 50 seconds away. Let's go ahead and start slowing down. And let's see if we can tighten the approach as well. Conserve our monopropellant. Alright, yes, good. The separation at approach is dropping exactly like we want it to. We don't want to make them have to EVA 5 kilometers. They could do it, but let's make it easy on them. They've been stuck for who knows how long. Probably run out of snacks. Alright, 2.2 kilometers. Let's move in closer. Not the snacks! Yeah, you don't want to run out of snacks, no way. Poor Jebediah, he's been out in space for a couple years now, and it's going to be at least a couple more years before we actually are able to rescue him economically and quickly. Quickly in quotes. He's got no snacks, he's totally out of snacks. Probably eating his own toes by now. I don't know how many toes Kerbals have. Hope it's enough. Not a single muscle in their body. Yeah, because just too malnutritious. Malnutritious. Malnutrienced. Malnourished. Alright, slow down. I feel like I've been in space, no muscle mass. I know how you feel. I know how you feel. Alright. We're just about to a stop. We can close that window there. Just gonna swing around and bleed off this last half meter per second, just so it's a little bit easier for Genodon to come aboard. There we go. Alright, Genodon, what have we got here? Another pilot. I think we have enough pilots now. I think we're good on pilots for a while. I'd like more scientists and engineers. Ah, dang it, another one that I can't reclassify here. Alright, Genodon, let's get you rescued. Whoa! Flying loose. Alright. Where is the rescue ship? There. Alright, Genodon, here we go. Turn on your suit lights, too. He can practically taste fresh snacks, but joke's on him. We didn't bring any extras on this mission, so he's still gonna have to wait. Alright, yeah, we're gonna come in this hatch here on the bottom of the ship. It's not that we don't have snacks, it's that they're spoken for. Monchi probably ate all the snacks. What a rude guy. And we'll grab that there, and gotta climb. How come you can't climb up there? Why are you climbing down when I'm pushing up? Ugh. Oh, Genodon. Yeah, probably. Alright, board. There we go. Alright. Hungry boy. Alright, let's go ahead and accept that. We've got Genodon Kerman. Alright, so we have Monchi, Irvin, Genodon, Raider, and Meldorf. Alright, yeah, we got plenty to talk about on this ship. Meanwhile, though, let's change gears. Let's go. They look happy. Yeah, they do. They look very happy. Let's go to the tracking station. This will be the easiest way to find this. And let's get our first look, hopefully, fingers are crossed, at a new planet, one we have not been to yet. Alright, I'm going to take a drink of my beer now, in celebration of that. Alright. Moho probe. We got 1 and 1B. Let's go to Moho probe 1. Okay, yeah, so the alarm is actually a little bit ahead of this, but that is fine. We want to run the clock forward, so let's go ahead and do this. It has been long enough, and we got some people here to see this, so let's go ahead and move the clock forward 31 days, and let's get a flyby of Moho. And fingers crossed, we can actually transmit some data home. That is not a guarantee. The primary mission is simply to get a flyby. The hoped-for secondary mission is actually transmitting some data home. Looks like we do have some decent Delta V, so maybe we can either prolong the flyby or maybe even get an orbit. That is extremely unlikely. Woohoo, Moho flyby. Alright, yeah, here's our satellite, our probe. And now here's the biggest concern. We found out a while back that we did not have enough battery charge to actually send a lot of the data home. So that's going to be the big issue. Hopefully, being closer to the sun, maybe the solar panels can keep up, but we will see. We should be able to get at least something. Alright, let's go ahead and let's warp forward. Because, yeah, I put the alarm 10 days before the actual sphere of influence change so that we'd have some time to plan it if needed. We got a nice signal home, though, because of these huge antennas. Looks like we're routing it through Moho Probe 1B. And that right there is the closest these will get to the sun. So let's take a look. Look how big the sun is. Oh man, you can see some of the detail even. Gonna just shine this in you guys' face and blind you. Alright, let's keep going. And 1B is in a lower orbit, so is catching up a little bit, and we're going to want to make sure we switch to it so that we get the encounter. In fact, let's check on it now. Let's make sure we don't need to do a course correction, because this is the place to do it if we do. Okay, yeah, this also has an encounter. Perfect. That was definitely worth a check, though. That would have been unfortunate if only one made the flyby. Alright, back to the map view. And back into Time Warp. And it's going to take us out of Time Warp as we get to the alarm here. Which we will dismiss and delete. Delete and close. Alright. And the next one is the next Moho transfer window. So in 103 days is the next best opportunity that we have to launch something to Moho. We have better technology than when we launched these. Alright, there's Moho right there. We won't be able to see it very well from outside of map view. Maybe we can now, though. Look at target. There it is, Moho. Yeah, we can barely see it. It's just that tiny brown dot. Let's watch it come closer. Back now, it's even harder to see. Alright, let's go back here and get a little bit closer. Got a pretty high periapsis here. We're going to make an attempt to get into orbit. We're mere hours away now. Yeah, there it is. Just a tiny brown lump. Coming closer, though. Here it comes. Time for me to go to sleep, says Raider. See ya. Thank you for joining us, Raider, and thank you for being such a good pilot of our ship and rescuing Monchi and the others. Have a good night. Alright, we are an hour and a half away from entering the Sphere of Influence. And then we're going to want to burn hard retrograde and see if we can get into capture orbit, because that would be awesome. Starting to see some details come into view here. Yeah, this is our first view of a planet that is not Kerbal or Duna. $46. And the Sphere of Influence change is where the influence of Moho's gravity will be the dominant force acting on our craft. Right now it is the sun. But yeah, we've still got a signal. That's fantastic. That was not a guarantee. How close are we? 10 minutes out. You can see the craters. Very cool. This is, of course, an analog for Mercury. All right, we are around Moho, and we have some world first milestones. Okay, that's something else. That's a surface science. All right. Recent accomplishments of our space program have attracted contributions from numerous organizations. We have initiated the first flyby of Moho. We got 56,000 spaceos, 2 science, and 4 prestige points. That's exciting. All right, now here's the question. Can we get into a capture orbit? Let's point retrograde and just see how much we can burn. We've still got our transfer stage, and then we've got the maneuvering fuel for the probe itself. We're 9 minutes away from periapsis. We're going to go ahead and start burning now because we're going so fast. And yeah, we're not actually going to. We only have 2.7 kilometers per second, and we're going very fast. We're going 9.3 kilometers per second. It takes a lot of delta V. We're still going to do it. And while we do it, let's extend our magnetometer boom and let's start taking some science. All right, our thermometer, log temperature. Temperature scan while in space high over Moho. Measuring the temperature of space appears to be quite impossible, as there is no matter around to be either hot or cold, except the spacecraft and the thermometer itself. This is probably going to give the R&D guys something to think about for a while. All right, and we get a 50% recovery if we transmit it. Let's go ahead and do that. And we've burnt the fuel here. All right, and that is done. Let's stage and burn. All right, let's do... There's no science we can do from there, unfortunately, but we have the press map barometer. Let's log the pressure. Instrument reads 0. It's as if it were in a vacuum. Let's send that home, too. Very nice. And what else do we have? Do we have anything else other than the magnetometer? We do not. All right, now here's the big one. Yeah, we're not going to get in orbit. That's all right. Run magnetometer report. I'm not sure that we're going to be able to send this all back because it's a big piece of data, but we're going to try. It's 192 science if we can. So let's see. You've measured the interaction between the solar wind and the magnetic field of this body as it deflects charged particles. That's kind of a bland one, but that's okay. Let's try it. And there goes our battery. Yeah. We could not transmit it. Boo. All right. That is too bad. It's a flying dish. It really is. It literally is. And yep, we are not going to be able to get into orbit around Moho. That's unfortunate. We are out of fuel, but that is all right. Let's switch to our other one, and let's see if we can get any more data. Okay, 5 hours to Moho. This one has a little bit more delta V, but it's still not going to be enough. Look how fast we're going relative to the sun. 16, almost 17 kilometers per second. Yeah, getting in close to a planet close to the sun takes a lot of delta V. A lot more than getting into the outer planets. All right, let's just get there. Still though, we got 106 science out of that, and we'll get a little bit more running the same experiments from here. In fact, I wonder... Okay, we're 7 minutes out from there. We're probably too far from here. Probably should have tried to get closer and done a really close flyby, but that is all right. We're going to send in 93 days. We're going to send something else. especially with such a weak signal. Getting data back to Kerbal takes a lot of power, even with a good dish like this. All right, let's extend that anyway because it looks cool with it extended. And we're going to burn retrograde just because. Actually, let's not. Let's complete the flyby, and then let's just see if we can adjust the orbit to fly by anything else in the distant future. Oh, and yeah, this is why there was a B, because this has more batteries. So this one, actually, we might get the magnetometer. Let's try that first. Let's run the magnetometer report. And, yep, same report there, and let's see if this is enough. Success. 192 science added. Okay, that's amazing. All right, and we can get just a bit more. No, we can't. We've gotten all that we can by transmitting that. But that is all right. That was a huge win right there. Huge win. Okay, how much science do we have? 300. I think we can unlock something. All right, let's go ahead and enjoy our flyby. Where's Duna? Or Moho, there it is. And once we are outside of Moho's sphere of influence, we're going to see if we can adjust course to fly by anything else in the future. And there we are. We're back in space above the sun. All right, so this is our course. It takes us back to Kerbal's orbit, of course. But maybe we can hit Duna. Maybe even Drez. Let's see, we're over here, so we would be affecting our orbit here. We'll miss Joule. Maybe Elu as it comes around, I'm not sure. Let's just add a maneuver and see what it can do. Not enough. That's, well, let's set this as our target. Let's set Duna as our target. Where is Duna going to be? It's in a different plane. That's part of the problem. Maybe. No, we can't. That's unfortunate. I might play around with that a little bit more later, but yeah, I think this has been pretty successful. Let's go back to the Space Center and choose a technology. We might unlock one at 300 science, or we might save it up for something at 550 science. Problem with that is I would need to spend some money to upgrade the Science Center before we can unlock anything at that tier. And we're short on funds, so that might be waiting. All right, research and development. Okay, 160, we can do one of these, or save up for one of these. And I think what we might need to do is nuclear propulsion. So these, they don't use any oxidizer, they just use the liquid fuel and a nuclear reactor to heat that fuel up and push it out the nozzle at very high speed. And these are pretty low thrust, but they're extremely high efficiency engines. They're also very expensive, so that's the trade-off. But I might need one of these to go rescue Jeb. To rescue him with anything with enough Delta V to actually get there and back. What else do we have? Large volume containment. We can get some nice big tanks. That's tempting. Our next iteration of the Callisto heavy lift vehicle will need big tanks. If I could speak, that would be great. Advanced Metalworks would give us the inflatable airlock, which is cool. Shielded docking port. Nothing much that we actually need. Heavy landing. Okay, that is cool. That's an inflatable heat shield, which is really useful for aero braking at places like Joule. Field science. This? Ooh. I might do this. We could get into rovers. Scanning tech. Gives us an infrared telescope, surface scanners. More science experiments. More rover parts, which are good. The giant solar panels. Bigger batteries. I think this. Let's do this. Let's do field science. And maybe I'll design a rover. So yeah, we've got field science, and maybe next time what we'll do is try to send a rover to the moon and or Minmus and set up a bunch of science stations on the surface. That could be a really fun change of pace. Yeah, that's going to do it for me. Let's see if there's anyone online playing Kerbal Space Program for me to raid, especially that I haven't raided recently. Seems there are fewer and fewer, unfortunately. I'm gonna open Twitch then, see who's on. No one in particular that I really know. Yeah. I think I'm gonna actually skip the raid today. There's no one I know playing any of these games, so we're not gonna worry about it right now. But yeah, it has been fun, Elric. Thank you for joining. I feel so much better now than I did right before the stream with all the frustrating bits. You're looking into getting this game. It's often on sale, especially now that it's been out for so long. And even with theoretically Kerbal Space Program 2 coming out later this year, hopefully, fingers crossed, I definitely recommend it. The learning curve is steep, but there's been no other game that I've felt more satisfied in accomplishing things in. Yeah, it's a lot of fun to play. But yeah, that'll be it. I'll be back next week, hopefully on Saturday, playing Kerbal Space Program. The next couple of weeks are going to be pretty scattered because my wife is going to go out of town, so it'll be me watching the twins. So I'm going to try to keep the schedule, but it might not happen. We'll see. Might have to do some impromptu out-of-schedule streams. But yeah, tomorrow I'll be doing some Minecraft from the First Craft server and also on Wednesday. So I'll see you guys at one or the other, I hope. Have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.